Today we will hear statements from the honourable members for the district of Harbour Grace, Port de Grave, Fortune Bay, Cape La Hune, Conception Bay South, St. George's Humber, St. John's Centre, and Torngat Mountains. The Honourable, the member for Harbour Grace, Port de Grave.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm very proud to recognize the Trinity Conception Placentia Family Support Group, a local chapter of the Autism Society of the Newfoundland and Labrador Network. As we know, there has been an increase in the number of children diagnosed with autism across our province in recent years. We also know that autism simply isn't about an individual, but rather an entire family. Well, the TCP support group considers itself to be just that, a large family which comes together with the goal of helping and empowering its members. This organization is comprised of volunteers, providing resources to families, including hands-on workshops and programs pertaining to various autism topics, such as transitions, social thinking, adult leisure, social clubs, and community-based therapeutic recreation. The team is a completely family-directed group, meaning it's moms, dads, grandparents, and siblings who roll up their sleeves, fundraise, and orchestrate all activity. The Trinity Conception Placentia team is growing each year. There are members as young as 18 months to members who are in their 30s. This local organization certainly is an asset to those living with autism and their loved ones. Please join me in recognizing them on their dedication and success. Thank you.
The honourable member for Fortune Bay, Cape La Hune.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise in this honourable House to pay tribute to Malbougik First Nation for the successful ratification vote on the Malbougik First Nation Land Code, which took place on September 29, 2017. With this historical vote, community residents decisively chose authority over land governance be restored to Malbougik First Nation. I offer congratulations to Band Council and Chief Mizelle Joe for your tremendous commitment to self-sufficiency, and I am honoured to quote Chief Joe's words to sum up the significance of this momentous accomplishment and let Malbougik members know how much we share in your great pride for this milestone in your history. Land governance will now reflect the unique needs and traditions of the community, provide sound environmental protection for our reserve, and accelerate progress in generating sustainable economic development opportunities. We are a progressive and proud people, striving for self-sufficiency through education, economic development, social development, and participation in the regional economy while protecting our reserve lands and resources. I ask that all honourable members join me in congratulating Malbougik First Nation for the extraordinary strides they have made in establishing their community as an amazingly credible, vibrant, culturally diverse gem on our South Coast. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The honourable member for Conception Bay South.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on October 11th, my colleague, the MHA for Topsail Paradise, and I attended the Canada 150 Leadership Award ceremony, acknowledging the significant contribution of the Conception Bay South Monument of Honour Committee. During this event, the unveiling of a commemorative book dedicated to the Monument of Honour was showcased and released. The Honourable Frank F. Fagan presented copies to students and representatives from our local schools. Wayne Miller, who spearheaded this initiative, hopes to keep the memory of all veterans and first responders alive and to educate our youth to sacrifices made by local residents for the freedom we enjoy every day. I would like to acknowledge the members of the Monument of Honour Committee: Wayne Miller, Jim Power, Jerry Kelly, Paul Daw, Woody French, Jerry Farrell, Adrian Power, Art Daw, Daphne Daw, Jennifer Hutchings, Joanne Stone, Sandra Baggs, Greg Coates, Richard Murphy, Todd Brophy, Jim Hapgood, and Harry Pride. Mr. Speaker, I ask all honourable members to join me in commending the Monument of Honour Committee for their great work and dedication to the Monument of Honour project. Congratulations on receiving the Canada 150 Leadership Award, and I want to thank them all for their commitment to our community. Thank you.
The honourable member for St. George's Humber.
Mr. Speaker, recently the Canadian political science community and Memorial University lost one of Canada's foremost scholars. Dr. Christopher Dunn's career at Memorial spanned nearly 3 decades. He developed a reputation for quality research and scholarship. His publications about cabinets, deputy ministers, federalism, and government have been widely read across Canada. One of his significant contributions to public policy in this province and to this House of Assembly was as a political advisor for the Review Commission of Constituency Allowances and Related Matters, or the Green Report as it's commonly known, in 2007. He taught many students over the years and had a significant impact on many young people's lives. He will be remembered by many as a kind and caring man. Mr. Dunn was an esteemed scholar. He had written and edited several books, numerous journal articles, and conference presentations on politics and public policy over the years. I ask all members to join with me in recognizing the tremendous contribution of Dr. Dunn and also in extending condolences to his wife Hilda and his sons Christopher and James. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Before I continue, I would like to recognize Jessica Jane and Susan Rendell from Heavenly Creatures. They are also in the gallery here for a member statement, which is about to be read. The Honourable, the member for St. John's Centre.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. 16 years ago, 3 passionate animal lovers founded Heavenly Creatures, the province's first no-kill, foster-based animal rescue organization. Jessica Rendell, Elaine Johnson, and Thomas Ozone had a dream that together they could build an organization dedicated to the rescue, rehabilitation, and finding homes for unwanted and abandoned animals in Newfoundland and Labrador. Heavenly Creatures has grown steadily since then. They discovered there's a home out there for just about every animal, even if the animal is old or has a medical condition. Their foster program allows them to keep animals for months, if necessary, caring for them and rehabilitating them, readying them for permanent homes. Today, Heavenly Creatures has over 100 animals in foster care. It runs Heavenly Bargains, a thrift store on the corner of Cashin and Mundy Pond Extension, and a pet food bank to help people who have a tough time feeding their animals. This is especially true for seniors whose pets provide companionship. None of this work would be possible without the many incredible volunteers and the vision and dedication of their director, Jessica Rendell. Congratulations and thank you to the good people of Heavenly Creatures for their ongoing work in our community. And bravo, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
The Honourable Member for Torngat Mountains.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In addition to my honourable colleague from Topsail Paradise, I too wish to congratulate athletes who represented the province at the World Dwarf Games held in Guelph, Ontario in August. In particular, I would like to recognize 10-year-old Brooklyn Wolfrey of Riglet on her accomplishments. Brooklyn actually performed her ancestral Inuit drum dance at the opening ceremonies of these prestigious international games. Brooklyn competed in many events and at times played against males in her own age group. She also played doubles badminton with young Nicholas Quinn from Paradise. They placed 4th in this competition. Brooklyn won gold medals in swimming and floor hockey, and she also placed 4th in track and field, missing out on a medal by 1/10 of a second, which is quite an accomplishment considering she only ran track once in her life prior to the Games. Brooklyn totally enjoyed the experience and had so much fun representing her culture and our province. Hopefully, she will be considered competing the next Dwarf Games in 2021 at a location to be determined. Brooklyn, you did your community proud and your province. I ask all members to join me in congratulating Brooklyn Wolfrey on her accomplishments.